stride. In this new Pangaea where we abide, our journeys etched in forgotten runes, guided by the light of distant moons. Ride, ride, ride those metro ponies through the steampunk fields and past the old cronies, with a wizard's wand and a warrior's might. We're chasing the dawn, riding into the night. So here's to the legends, the stories untold in the vast Runiverse, where future and past unfold. Riding on mecha ponies, under the cosmic light, singing our songs, lost in the endless night. Ride, ride, ride those mecha ponies through the halls of white wizard ceremonies, with a wizard's wit and warrior's brawn. We ride, ride, ride through night and into the dawn. Ride, ride. Let them ride, let them ride. Ride, ride. Let them ride, let them ride. Ride, ride. Let them ride, let them ride.
Hello, everyone. This is Acid Eater behind the Forgotten Council Twitter page. I am here with my co-host, Bill.
GM, everyone.
I'm
Click,
not
click,
sure
click.
how to kick this off as a host, so I don't know. If you have any.
Well, yeah, we got some plans. We're going to be talking about Open Ronin with our special guest Gila here in a little bit. And we're going to be talking about DAO announcements, community updates. We're going to read some lore by the one and only Crypto Natrix. And we're going to go over the Cult Content Chronicle. And I think that's what Wizard Wednesday is about, isn't it?
Sure sounds like it. I've already forgotten the entire agenda. So this is going to be a fun one.
So yeah, just some quick DAO updates. I guess we'll do DAO updates to start. The Unchained game is having a play test on the Magic blockchain next week. It looks like there might still be a chance to enter and potentially win some money. That'll be going on February 22nd and 23rd. That's led by NFT Sasha, along with Oz and BMark working on that. We've got the Tiny Tap project, which is a DAO-funded project where we're using a couple of community artists, including Shadow, to make a little education for the baby wizards of the community. Basically teaching kids 1, 2, 3s and ABCs and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and so that's actually up for vote tomorrow. We've got four proposals that are going up for a vote tomorrow. So there's the oh no, I'm sorry. The Tiny Tap is already passed, but there's 4 proposals going up tomorrow, which is a lore reading thank you proposal for Sporkly. Initiated by Meeple Dad. It's to give Sporkly a warrior for her amazing readings on Wizard Wednesday. There's a Heroes of Cumberland ecosystem thank you proposal, which is 3 warriors for Feckless, also initiated by Meeple Dad. There is a NFT project called Runes, Roons, led by Crucifor. He wants to commission an artist to make a derivative collection using the familiars of Forgotten Runes, but in a cartoony format. He wants to make cute profile pictures for the wizards.
Yeah,
And
I'm looking at that proposal right now, and those the characters are super cute.
Yeah, they're like outrageously cute. So Crucifor is spearheading that initiative. I've offered to give a little technical support on that when he needs it. And lastly, there is a cult content stickers spearheaded by VMark. The proposal, the stickers are already made. And there's 90 packs in total. And VMark is asking for $10 donations to the DAO in exchange for a sticker pack. I don't remember what he was asking for. Let's look it up real quick. The stickers are really nice.
Oh, I see it. I need to get the tags in this proposals channel better. It's taking me forever to find like what was relevant.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Reptar earlier. I was like, I'm having a hard time finding what's up for vote and what's not.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I'm like, is there a list? I'm on the council and I'm not even like, I don't even think there's a list. But I'll get these tags fixed up.
There will be a list on Snapshot tomorrow. There will be 4 proposals that you can go and vote for, so make sure to take a peek at them.
Yeah.
VMark is just asking for $600 and 1 random warrior in exchange for the 90 packs of stickers. So
That's a pretty good deal.
it might make the DAO a couple $100 if all the stickers sell. So that's cool. But yeah, that's it for the DAO updates in terms of proposals up for tomorrow. Is there anything from the council, Acid?
We had our meeting on Monday. Let me see. It was a short one. We talked about the February vote. We talked about our visions for 2025, and there were only a couple of us there, so I don't have like a full council announcement about what we definitely want to focus on this year. But Bridge and I, and like kind of everyone else in the call, we did we want to focus on like fundraising and figuring out how the DAO can potentially make revenue, whether that is through some kind of fundraising or some kind of, I'm not sure. We have to brainstorm ideas. So if anyone in the community has ideas around, how to keep the DAO self-sustainable, we would be more than happy to hear it.
Sharon is telling me that voting starts on Friday. I apparently thought that today was the 13th. So yeah, voting starts on Friday, not tomorrow.
Yeah. The 14th. Yeah, I guess I was on the same page. I don't even know what day it is. I just know it's Wednesday.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, and then we were the DAO. We were talking about kind of like the success of the Ministry of Arts. So everyone in here probably already knows about the Ministry of Art, but if you're listening and you don't know, it's just a little part of the DAO that helps commission art. And right now it's mostly illustrations, but we could commission all sorts of art from like music to media, like movies or whatever, something, whatever. It's smaller, but we were talking just about how successful it is. Every single month we can dish out $5,000 worth of grants, and give a bunch of different people a little bit of money, and they make really cool art. And so we're wondering, like, what other ministries could be effective within the community, within the Forgotten Runes community, whether it's something like related to governance or some other kind of. I thought of like gaming or something, since we have the Runiverse coming out soon and lots of new gamers coming into the community. Are there any gamers who want to build games, and maybe, I don't know how much a little game costs, if it's realistic for a ministry or not, but that was my idea. And so there are a couple other ideas that we're tossing around. But if anyone, again, in the community has ideas for a ministry, bring it up and we'll talk about it.
Well, I just thought of this one, but what about a ministry of content creation?
Oh, that's a good one, huh? There is the channel. What's the Runes Raiders? Aren't those? I guess that's like engaging with content, huh?
Yeah, that's engaging with content. Ministry of content creation would like fund creators to make, like small videos or do Monday Magic News or whatever. I think that's a potential
I like
potential
it.
down.
Yeah.
I think especially as like because there's a lot of content creators in Ronin, so it's like how do we get them on board and how do we help them get other people on board, right? Like there's a much bigger demographic than just our little community.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, and the game is coming up, so the community should get talking about that ASAP.
yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
So is that it for DAO announcements? Is that all from the DAO?
seems like it. Yep. Just everyone voting starts on Friday, goes on for 2 weeks, so got till the end of the month. But yeah.
I don't have the DAO balance spreadsheet handy, but I know it's doing pretty good. We've got a good little bit of funds to play around with, thankfully. Big thanks to Bridge and TFI for their hard work at making the DAO cost a lot less money.
Yeah. Yep, we would have spent a lot more at the beginning of this year in order to cover the old costs, and it is much, much less this year, which is nice.
So I want to talk a little bit about Open Ronin, and what that means, but my guest isn't going to be available until 5:30. So maybe we could go over the Cult Content Chronicle right now. Unless Henboyd wants to say something. What's up, Henboyd?
Hello. Thank y'all for having me on. I've got a quick announcement. I'm pleased to report back that Murphy of Goblins, the community lore writing project, is back. Oz has been holding Murphy of Goblins for some time and is concluding his segment of the lore writing and will be transferring it to the Monday Magic News wallet to help facilitate further lore expansion on this particular character. More information will be given out next Monday night at 8:30 p.m. on the Murphy of Goblins Community Lore Project. This was started by Magus Wazir 2 years ago, and it's a lot of fun. So if you do not have a Forgotten Runes token in which to write lore, this is going to be the perfect opportunity for you to join in and contribute to the Murphy of Goblins project. It is a lot of fun. That's all I have. Have a good day.
Wow.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I remember that, and I just haven't heard about it in quite some time. I would love to get a hold of that goblin and write some crazy things.
Oh yeah, I remember that. At first, I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about. But now I remember. Yes, that sounds like fun.
Well, Wild Mage, you
Yep.
got up here? Anything? You got anything to say?
I guess not.
Yes. I just dropped my phone and it fell underneath the seat of my car, and then oh gosh, just hey, what's up? Was gonna mention we our guest next Monday is going to be Holistic, who is one of the original mentors of the original Mint of Forgotten Runes, and we're going to talk with him. And we've also been considering, which is something I think we may have to present to the DAO as a proposal, that me and Hinvoid may go into VTubing in the same way that like Matatsuki does. So at least as far as being able to stream the Runiverse game, stream more content, stream Ronin games, and and help stun on everybody else with our wizards, and let people know that we're out here and you need to buy a wizard too.
I very much want to see you and Henboyd VTubing. I think that would be hilarious. I
Just
would
all
very
content
much
creation.
enjoy that. The cult needs more VTubers.
It really does. We have all the 3D models.
Mm-hmm. We need more
I think
infiltrate too.
the big problem is getting the rig. Well, from what I've heard, because I've been asking around, the two main problems are one, having a desktop or a laptop that is strong enough to run the 3D rig layered over your face while you stream, while you're playing a game, all at the same time. Not to mention that you kind of got to go the extra mile to get the exact facial expressions down the way Matatsuki has gotten it down with Magus Devon. Magus Devon, Magus Devon. How do you actually pronounce
Seven.
that?
Devin.
Seven.
Davin. Okay. Yeah. Matatsuki definitely went the. If you'll notice in the first episode of that summoning circle, he's definitely gone the extra mile in the fine facial expression details that is not really common. You've really got to go and actually find somebody who is probably already busy with 3 or 4 people paying them to do the exact same thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I've also heard about the fact that there is something referred to as PNG tubing. Like we could actually sort of set up something initially is like I guess with pictures rather than just going full speed ahead with VTubing.
Oh
We're
yeah.
still figuring it out.
Just
I've seen a little bit of that.
do it like in a Photoshop. You're in Photoshop and you have cutouts and you do the thing like YouTubers do and you just like click on them and move them up and down, but you can like see all of the Photoshop stuff around it, and you just like move your characters around and like move the mouths around in Photoshop. That's my favorite.
Yeah, like internet historian.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how good
I
it'll be live,
mean,
but it might be funny.
you can't play the game and do that at the same time. I see Neanners use like a plushie, but then has a software that makes the plushie's mouth move when she's talking.
Hmm.
I don't know about this level of technology. It's something that I'm not really interested in, but
Yeah, I have no idea how
you
it does
know,
that. I can imagine with animating the VTuber. I've seen videos of them doing it, even just like the frills around the clothes, and it's just like so much animation. I mean, even like when I was doing the walk cycles for the babies, it was like I was following a different type of animation, and then I looked at like what Elf had done for the wizards, and I was like, oh, so like his walk cycle is 4 frames, and the one that I was doing was 8 frames, and it's like even the difference in the double the frames of the amount of detail you can get in the walk is like very very clear. So I can imagine with a VTuber and like the whole 3D modeling and all of it probably takes so long. Anyway,
yeah, I've heard some of those rigs can cost thousands of dollars.
wow, you
Yeah,
can get a furry suit.
there was an NFT project that was selling VTuber rigs for like 3 ETH each back in the day. And I think they're still around, but I don't think they're anywhere near 3 ETH anymore. So uh, yeah, I mean, like it's just because it is that expensive, right? So that's why people were like, oh yeah, I'll pay this much money for the rig. But you know how NFTs go. So
Yeah.
that project is, last time I checked, it was not anywhere even close to 1 ETH,
Oh man.
which is
Yeah.
still a lot of money to spend on a 3D model. But um, when you're making a living off of it, I guess like having a highly detailed model is really important.
Yeah. You could probably just make more from like opening commissions than like having an open mint or something.
I mean, you probably make more from just selling 10,000 NFTs for $1,200 a pop. You know,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
$12,000 a pop. My bad. Yeah, they made a lot of money off that. Anyway, that's my little VTuber.
Anyway.
While we got you, Wild Mage, you wanna dial us into the community content here?
Oh, we're doing the Chronicle right now?
Yeah, let's knock out the Chronicle. We got a special guest. He's coming in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
You
Well, that sounds
oh,
good. Yeah, let's do that.
yeah. So we've got the Cult Content Chronicle by the illustrious.
Tiny Del Rio.
oh, Hen Boy with the sneak. I love it. Where am I gonna find it in my notes?
So the first of the video, the Cult Content Chronicle today is by this guy Joe Evil, and he's got two entries in the Cult Content Chronicle. He has been making some really cool videos. Like I don't know what I would call this, but it's like it's a graphic from a Forgotten Runes post that now like animated and has music behind it. He is a audio engineer, it appears, and he's got some good music. I was checking it out earlier on his page. It sounds kind of similar to Tycho.
I have not listened to it. I'm tempted to play it here, but I don't know if it'll sound bad.
Yeah, the second video was also really good. It's just like very chill and serene. He's got a 3D wizard overlooking like a valley of hills, and it just reminds me of being in Mendo,
Mhm.
being up on the hill.
It reminds me of
Um,
the tarot cards. I don't remember which one.
oh yeah.
Is
We got,
Tycho?
huh?
I was gonna say, is Tycho? That's kind of the same music like Flipper, right? Or no, Tipper. Tipper.
I would say Tipper is like way crazier than Tycho. Um, it's like more up tempo.
Okay.
Tycho is like really chill.
Hmm.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like being at the beach at sunset, just listening to the waves.
Mm.
It's like that's what I get when I listen to Tycho. I feel like I'm at the beach, like watching the sun go down, and everything is super chill. But you mind wander, you know. We've got a couple of entries here from Kazan, aka Young Wizzy. He made some playing cards, wizard playing cards with I believe that's J Mander's Dream Master.
Yeah, looks like it.
And I don't know who owns that Koopling, but it's a cool Koopling.
It's so familiar.
Yeah, it's a
I've seen so.
I can't name it right now.
Yeah.
He's also got a clay figure. I'm not sure if it's AI gen or not. That texturing is really crazy. It's got to be, but
I
it's
mean,
also really cool. It's a little, huh?
it could be like 3D modeled. I don't know.
It says clay figure. I'm
Okay.
not sure. There's no more details, but
True.
it's pretty sick.
It is. Texturing's really good.
Yeah, the texturing is insane. We got Clunny the Rat doing some 3D stuff. He's been editing the 3D models of the wizards and zombifying them. He's got a retextured burnt zombie Tengu. The Tengu is owned by the one and only Legatus. And he's playing around with it in Nifty Island. He's loading in his edited textures and playing around. He's on another level. I cannot believe the amount of content that he's been putting out for Nifty Island. There's just so much good like castle building stuff and um, just like wizard Forgotten Runes themed assets to build with. And I don't really know how many of us are building in Nifty Island, though maybe we should be taking a look at doing more of that soon.
I'm like not even kidding. I'm watching his Tengu like swim around and dance and do stuff, and I'm like, man, that looks kind of fun.
Yeah, it
I
does.
remember playing in Nifty Island, and it was fun to jump around and stuff. I would probably like playing around in here. Meeple Dad says his kids like it. Not that I'm a kid, but it kind of reminds me of when I made stuff for The Sims and making houses for The Sims and all the architecture and everything, and it's pretty cool.
I know it's gotten a lot more sophisticated than the early days when everyone was playing Nifty Island.
There's so much more UGC.
Yeah, it's really cool. I gotta pop on there one of these days and check out some stuff. We're gonna have to because we're gonna put his Clunny character in there as an AI agent once they open it up to Eliza agents.
Oh yeah, so you'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for the plugin, and once the plugin is made, we'll try it out. We've got a awesome rendition of Corn Smut's Imp by Gremplin. It's got all of the Gremplin touches here. It's a really good. It's a really good MP. Oh man.
Yeah, I love the squeezing the frog. Is that a frog? Is that his familiar?
It's probably his familiar.
Probably, yeah. He's got a frog in his bio.
I like the shoes.
Yeah,
Like all the little details. Like really, really good.
Yeah, so cute.
We got more Daniela Illustra making comics as usual, funded by the Ministry of Art. She's been working on this for a long time. This is page 8 here. And it looks like it's got 2 crows and not sure who the other wizard who's featured in this comic is, but it's got her signature thatching. Just phenomenal as usual.
It was just so incredible.
Feckless has attached one of these. I don't remember what they were called, but they were like little pixel puffs on abstract, and he replaced his wizard head. Very cute, Feckless.
I thought it was a moonbird at first.
Me too. I had no idea what it was.
The art's unironically better than Moonbird's. Yeah, that was like a hype mint on abstract. I think it was like one of the first mints. I didn't bother with doing it, but I did think they were cute. We've got Helen, our new marketing lead for Bisonic, community lead for Bisonic. She got a light bulb frog plushie made, and I'm just wondering how do we get more of these made?
Oh,
It's
I know,
cute.
right?
We need more. We need more. TerraBears.com apparently We'll have to take a look at that.
Especially because of how big they are.
Yeah, right? It's
She
just
did
like,
this woman does commission, so it's not mass produced, but definitely going to need some more of that.
mm-hmm.
We've got Psy with some fun art of Magis Devon. If you're not familiar with Psy 7, they were the one who did that collab mint last week, something like that. For the Runiverse, The Journey Begins. They did a piece of Magis Devon. They seem to have discovered that we want other people to create art from our characters, and that's why our licensing is the way that it is. So they're excited to make derivatives. So that's really cool.
Mm-hmm. I love the art style.
I know. I gotta try to get something commissioned by them one of these days.
Mm-hmm.
Got Adam Hollander with the Wilds NFT. He got an honorary that is of his shadow hat. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Might be the first raccoon derivative. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone. I don't think I've seen any raccoon derivatives of wizards yet.
Oh, probably. Well, weren't actually, because I think we had one of the devs on as a guest on Monday Magic News a few weeks back. Aren't Moku supposed to be raccoons essentially?
Yeah. So mokus are raccoons. And like the Japanese folklore around raccoons is that they're like transforming tricksters. I don't know if you ever watched there's a not Miyazaki film, but a Studio Ghibli film of these raccoons who transform. It's really funny. They it's an environmental film where the raccoons are trying to like disrupt a building development from being made.
That is a really fun movie, but then it almost kind of ends dismally for like all of the raccoons, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's some alpha there. Okay, um, that's just kind of how it is in real life too, and that's unfortunate. And I think that's kind of the message, right?
True.
No, gotta be friends to our animal neighbors. They matter too.
Mm-hmm.
Got lost here. We got a throwback to when C Mike Draw did a rendition of SPZ's honorary warrior with the flaming axe. Team I Draw was a pretty well known name back in the early days of the Colts. There was actually another project called Semi Supers that was helped facilitated by Magic Machine, and that's where Mike was. Mike was from, and he makes some really cool art. We got some Semi Supers sitting in wallets somewhere still. Good
Mm-hmm.
good art. Good guy. Talented guy.
Yeah, the art is so cute.
Oh, okay. I just connected. Yeah, the semi supers.
Yeah,
Yep.
Semi Supers.
Yep.
Got Hen Boyd with this tank meme. I was laughing about this morning when I saw it. He's got the Old Town Road #1 hit retro remix with Little Waz and the Pony Gang with his pony of fire and his other pony. I don't know the name of your other pony, Hen Boyd. With Hadrian and the other Hen Boyd wizard.
That's technically his dad's wizard, even though last Christmas his dad was just like, "You can keep it. I don't want it."
There's some good lore there. And last but not least, we got Meeple Dad with a picture of Bread Friend in a cockpit here. Bread Friend was flying the plane today, apparently.
I hope they landed safely. The last thing is about Monday Magic. Is that Monday Magic News? Yeah. MMM.
Yep.
Oh, it was
We
about
got,
this past, right?
oh, we got to interview Henboy this time.
Mm-hmm. You did indeed. We were there. We got all the spicy details on Henboyd. So if you want all those spicy details, go listen. Is it recorded, Wild Mage?
They're always recorded.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to know how many golf carts Henboyd has,
Yeah.
make sure to tune in. Make sure to give that a listen too.
Oh, by far the best question was completely alley-ooped by Malevolent. And it was a community question about if you could insert any one of one soul into the soul ecosystem, like yourself, like just make Elfin Dota and Bear Snake, just make it happen. And Henboyd wasn't sure what to say, and then Malevolent just jumped in and was like, Harambe.
That's the best answer.
We
It's a
do
good
need a
one, though.
Harambe soul. Maybe that's
We
the
re-
last one when all of the flames get used up.
I hope so. I hope so.
I'm still waiting on Gila. I don't know what's going on. He said he was going to come. He said he was dropping his daughter off at dance. He could be around at 5:30. So, I'm just going to start talking a little bit about Open Ronin.
Why not do the lore? Are you trying to end with the lore?
Yeah, we'll end with the lore. We'll
Okay.
end with the lore. So Ronin, which is where the Forgotten Runiverse game is being launched, is now open. It's permissionless. Before, Ronin used to be specifically for Axie, because it was quite expensive for us to breed Axies on ETH. I was spending probably $100 each on one of those little internet potatoes back in the day, staying up till 4 a.m. so I could get those low gas fees. And just 4 years later, here we are, and Ronin is now the home of 30 games or so that they have brought on, and is now an open chain for us all to use. I never thought this day would come personally. It's pretty exciting. There's not much noise about everything going on. There's some announcements that games are moving to Ronin, including Nifty Island and some others. And so that's pretty cool. But overall, it just another day in the Ronin ecosystem.
Did you say
But
Nifty Island is moving to Ronin?
yeah, Nifty Island is going to be building on top of Ronin. So
Oh, you might have
yeah.
told me already, but that's cool.
But I think they're going to be multi-chain, but they're going to be bringing support to Ronin. So you'll be able to mint your island tokens on Ronin. You should be able to stake your island tokens on Ronin. It'll be a whole thing. So.
Oh, and Pirate Nation announced today that they're moving to Ronin.
Oh yeah, that's another big one. I think I'm a little confused by that because their dev said that they were going to build a multi-chain solution, and maybe this is part of their multi-chain solution. But I was confused at what they wanted to do. So it's cool that they're moving to Ronin. They'll be bringing a lot of players and transactions to the network, so it'll be a net win, I think.
I think it's gonna be cool to see the kind of tools that people bring over to Ronin too. Like for instance, there's no pseudo swap on Ronin right now. I spoke to the pseudo swap devs and like they seem very interested in bringing pseudo swap to Ronin. So like I think that's something that's really cool, right? Like when I was a kid, I was literally trading Maple Story items for like Pokemon. So it would be like very like janky and like like very like trust the other person you're trading with. But like the idea of being able to trade assets between games, like one to each other, is like really cool, right? It'd be like, oh, if I play like Wild Forest and I get stuff, but I want something from Runiverse. I don't have to like put it on a marketplace, have somebody sell it, and then buy something from Runiverse. I can just straight up find some person and be like, oh, I trade you this for that. And I'm like, that would be really cool. There's nothing like that on Ronin yet, but like it opens the possibility for people to build tools like that. So
That's very true. That's
yep.
very true.
Yep. Connecting game economies.
Yeah, for real. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's probably one of the first things that Ronin needs, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Make
There's
all
so
the
much
economies
OTC
interconnected.
trading going on.
Yeah, there
That
is. There's a lot of OTC trading.
definitely facilitated a few of those for community members. It's just those fees on the marketplace are really, really rough. But I mean, I guess that's also what helps keep the game alive without too many microtransactions. Which
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of for. I'm against microtransactions. I'm all for value being kept in the ecosystem through fees instead. But I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. No one does. No one's figured this Web3 gaming economy stuff out yet. I think Luke from Pixels is maybe the closest to it, but it's all a giant experiment still. So
Yeah, it's really hard to try to find the balance between making sure that it's like making sure that you're making enough revenue, but also making sure that you have like in the community economy as well. So it's like
yeah,
it's an interesting balancing act. I think nobody, like you said, nobody's really gotten it yet. It's all an experiment, and I think there's going to be a lot of kind of different tries to try. We've seen like a bunch of tries where it's like I think obviously the worst play is like kind of dropping something with nothing, like no sinks or anything behind it, and just hoping that people hold on to it until you get sinks, right? It's like that doesn't work. So
is that alpha right there?
I think we've already said before that we're gonna have, like before anything drops, we're gonna have
No, I
there's
know.
gonna be things in game. But yeah, I guess that can be considered alpha, right? You're not gonna have anything until you can have use in game for it. We're not planning on just dropping in the open, so
That's
or at
good.
least yeah. You'll have your first taste of it in the live service build. There's gonna actually be quantum mechanics, so. And that's before the actual token drops from Arcane Foundation.
Oh, well, I think that's an alpha right there, actually. Cool. Yeah, that's good to know. Um, I'm really looking forward to bringing the community collections to Ronin. We're gonna wait a little bit for bringing Black Sand because we're in the middle of a race right now, but we're in the process of getting the babies and Heroes of Cumberland ready. And we'll also be moving Rune's TCG over fairly soon. So all of those will be on Ronin, and all of those will be plugged in with our ecosystem token, XP. So
Yeah.
that will be fun.
I think it was super cool to get all the wizard projects on the same chain.
Yeah, it just makes it a lot easier. I mean, there are advantages actually to being on other chains. Like I do think that Unchained being on Treasure is actually really good in terms of exposure to the project and the lore. But having multiple projects in one place with the ecosystem token there just kind of makes it easier for everyone. And we're really trying to build something that helps onboard people from the Runiverse game into more of what Forgotten Runes is outside of the game. So trying to get them into Runes TCG, trying to get them into Black Sand Racing, and expose them to new concepts and to the world that we're creating, and want them to also want to create in this world, right? Because I don't think that there's anything more fun than the act of creation, especially when you're doing it with like one or two or 25 of your friends, like it's so special to see, like, especially what we've made as a community. I'm always just like so amazed. So shout out to everyone who is a creator and who's written lore and who's made stuff, who's made art, who's made, you know, merchandise, who's made playing cards. Like it's all a part of what the project is about.
Mm-hmm. You can say again.
Also want to shout out there is a good chance if you go and enter a meme into the MLG on Ronin meme contest, which is a project led by Chase JP, our community member here. It's a meme coin that he started. Pleasures and I helped him out with some of the stuff on the meme maker there on the website, but you can go to the website. You can make a meme with Forgotten Runes assets, and you can enter it in their contest for a chance to win. I believe it's land and also some Ron. Let me just double check. There's a homestead land plot, a scale-bound chest, and a silver familiar up for grabs. And there's not that many memes entered, so take a couple minutes, go hop on their meme maker, slap something together, and throw it on their Twitter post. I don't know how to post things to the to the Twitter Spaces, but I did leave a comment on the Twitter Spaces with the link. So if you're interested, it's a good chance it's some free money, or free assets, however you want to look at it.
Maybe I will have to make a meme.
And then I gotta get on that too. I'll retweet it right now. I retweeted it right now. So if you want to go enter, it's right there on my page for you guys. But yeah, I guess it's looking like it's time for some more. We got about 12 minutes left. Does anyone that has anything else they want to talk about?
I don't. I want to hear some lore.
Great. Today we are reading a piece of lost lore. It's from the Book of Ludes, and it's not actually that lewd. It's relatively TV 14. So if you have some young children in the room, you might want to turn it off. I'll give you a few seconds here. But it's not currently readable on the Book of Ludes because the Book of Ludes is busted. There was an update quite some time ago to the Book of Lore, and the Book of Ludes has not really worked since. I was able to get the lore from the Loracle after harassing it a little bit. It was written by one of my personal favorite Forgotten Runes members, Crypto Natrix. She's still a holder, and she's still posting hella funny stuff on Twitter. So always loving her posts. Let me drink a little bit of water real quick. One sec. What inspires an imp's everlasting smile? Have they figured out the secret to eternal happiness? Or is it that they're just always up to some mischief? Perhaps they're just inherently peculiar beings. For Diabloist Hobbs of the Valley, who now exclusively answers to his pet name, Gimpy, it's all of the above. That unwavering impish grin comes from knowing his purpose as an imp and having the courage to live how he pleases, while the rest of the Runiverse distracts themselves with silly delusions of power. Gimpy does not recognize traditional political factions. He does not abide by any self-limiting rules that reinforce a sense of predictable comfort in most wizards. Gimpy sees your hat-colored clicks and cackles wildly because he knows that one wizard can wear many hats, or in his case, many gimp masks. Gimpy understands that real magic is accessible only to those who are willing to defy the system and live authentically, regardless of what color they are or choose to wear. Everything else is an illusion. Gimpy does not settle for illusions. He believes that all witches and wizards, all warriors and souls, all ponies and beasts, and even their spawn deserve the freedom to live whatever lifestyle they choose, as long as no one's getting hurt, at least not without their full and informed consent. Yes, that's right. Gimpy is a kinky little masochist, as are most imps. In fact, it's no secret that they're all constantly shaking their asses because that's where they like to take it. So when Gimpy's eyes first graced upon Enchanter Mina of the Marsh and Arcanist Atlanta of the Palms, from across the valley, he immediately fell to his knees in reverence, knowing the time had come to wholly embody his purpose in the Runiverse. The stars aligned, and Gimpy finally understood why he had never had a familiar, because it was he who was born to be a pet. The three of them have been inseparable ever since that day when he begged Mistress Atlanta to take her sight to that unnecessary protrusion between his legs, which Mina then preserved in a small shatterproof vial of Gimpy's fresh virgin blood. He carries that vial with him daily as a symbol of his commitment to submission, and he proudly shakes his ass to show off exactly where he likes to be rewarded for being such a good imp. A euphoric pleasure that vanilla wizards are too close-minded to even try. Of course, Gimpy is acutely aware of what others think when they're out at the tavern and he's on all fours, serving as a footstool to his queens. He knows they are perceived as a trinity of freaks. One scantily clad dressed slut with an out-of-control water spell. One scary bitch they fear will slice off their unruly dicks. And one pathetic green pervert who somehow never stops smirking, no matter how much they point and laugh. Simpy Gimpy, they call him, as if that's even an insult. Turns out the joke's on them. Public humiliation happens to be a major turn-on for Gimpy. Only someone who deeply knows and accepts their true self could find genuine pleasure in such incessant ridicule. Only a wizard with the most solid internal strength could openly celebrate that in which society has defined as a weakness. This is why Gimpy's smile never fades amidst endless judgment and stigma from other self-righteous wizards who surely are projecting their own insecurities and boredom, treating him as nothing more than a weakling with a tiny, almost kobold-like brain. Gimpy may appear to be a dumb little bitch, and indeed plays the part naturally. Yet he has access to a level of magic that most will never reach, the magic of authenticity. And no other wizard's superficial spells or dick-swinging macho warriors could ever take that power away from him. Gimpy knows it is better to live freely as an outcast than to betray his truth just to fit in someone else's color-coded box. He is not afraid to immerse himself in his purpose, and that purpose is to serve Mina and Atlanta in their quest throughout the Runiverse. Gimpy is along for the pony ride, wherever it may take them. He only hopes that embracing his most authentic magic can inspire other wizards to do the same. That was the Lord of Gimpy. Gimpy the Ignorant.
Wow.
Was that
I-
clapping or something else?
I don't know. It looked like it came from your speaker on my tablet, so I thought it was you.
It was me. I was clapping.
Oh, I see.
Where?
Anyway, just some forgotten lore. I know many of you who've been in the community for several years probably remember this lore, but those of you who haven't been around, there it is. Gimpy the Imp. Well, I think that's everything, everyone. I don't know what happened to Gila, but that's
Julian requested to come up. I don't know if he wants.
Yes, hello. Just curious, quick question for you. Which color hat are the wizards who practice the sex magic?
I'm not sure.
I
I
think a wizard.
I think yellow hats would probably be really into that.
yeah, I think all
Yeah.
wizards practice sex magic. Let's be real.
So true. They're all into it. Yellow hats are probably just a bit more open about it, huh?
Yeah.
That was a most unexpected story. I didn't see that lore coming when I tuned in, but I'm glad I did. It's fun to catch up here. Anyways, does anyone know where the race ends? My Mount Radio Runner seems to have fallen through a series of bad, just terribly unfortunate events. And have I lost, or is I just lost track of the race?
Well, I don't think there is any losing. Technically, last place gets a prize, and also 25th place gets a prize. So there's no objective way to win, I guess is the thing. You do how you do, and that's just the way it works. You're not losing if you get last place. That's an accomplishment in of itself.
Okay, well, that's certainly interesting because, to be honest, it seems like my mount is just going in circles at this point. I'd like to just sit back at Black Sands Tavern, but anyways, it's been a pleasure catching up with you again. I'll be sure to tune in soon. Take care.
You too, Julian. And that's it for Wizard Wednesday. This has been Bill, Matto, Julian, and Acid tuning in from the Quantum Downs. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, guys. Take care.
With every gallop, every stride, in this new Pangaea where we abide, our journeys etched in forgotten runes, guided by the light of distant moons. Ride those metro ponies through the steampunk fields and past the old cronies. with a wizard's wand and a warrior's might. We're chasing the dawn, riding into the night. So here's to the legends, the stories untold.